Hey, we're the Daigle Adventure Crew. I'm Monica.
I'm James.
I'm Mia.
And I'm Matthew.
We have an amazing Jayco North Point 377 RLBH that is perfect for our family on our travel adventures, traveling across Canada and the US for the last 18 months.
My favorite part of the Jayco Jubilee was definitely the free food.
What a variety of different food trucks we had every night. That was really neat
Yeah.
that we had such a big variety and so many different things to choose from. But
For me, I'm going to have to say it was the awesome entertainment that they prepared for us and just the fun that we had. Also, all of the people, they're so kind and so caring, and we just have a huge environment here at the Jayco Jubilee that gives us so much fun things to do while also meeting new people. And
it was amazing to see the community coming together, meeting other Jayco family members, and just being here, uniting, and being able to give back to the community through the Lippert Cares event that we had. Everybody came out and worked together. I really loved the crafts that we did together as a family as well. That was a lot of fun.
there were also lots of things going towards people in need and stuff that we just really enjoyed, while also we know people are really going to appreciate it. So
And I have to say, my favorite part of the Jubilee was I'm the one that's usually driving, but they had the shuttle buses that take us to the show, and so I didn't have to worry about driving, didn't have to worry about getting people on schedule. Everybody knew we were leaving at 9 o'clock, so I didn't have to be pushing the button saying, we gotta go, we gotta go. They already knew, and I didn't have to drive, and I didn't have to find parking. So that was fantastic for me, so that made it really easy and simple. So that's what we loved about it.
It was also really nice meeting some faces behind some of the big companies that make the parts in our Jayco, and just talking to them about problems we've had and troubleshooting, and them actually coming in and helping us with some of the issues that we've had, and just teaching us about things that we needed to know.
Shout out to Scott Hunter from BPM Pro. He was fantastic. He looked after us, and so I'm really grateful for the people that were here as representing as sponsors.
What an awesome Jayco family we have. So proud to be part of it.
I hated leaving my house when we lived in a house because it was my home and it will always be my home. But what I loved about our Jayco North Point was that it felt like home, and it just felt like it's a cozy place for us all to feel like we're welcome and make our guests feel like they're welcome to our home, and it's just really nice. I really love just the whole
feeling of
layout
home.
about it. Yeah.
I love the living area in our rig, so I just love how cozy the fireplace is, and the big, large, bright windows, letting the sunlight in, and being able to see the views of different places that we go, and just that it has everything we need as a family to be able to travel together, work, and do our school work, and just be together on the road as we travel.
I think what I liked, I have two things I would say that I like about my North Point is, one was the mid bunk, because it just has that mid bunk that I kind of turned into an office a little bit, so I can still work out of there. It's a great add-on to have that mid bunk. But also the surprise was, this was our first trailer or camper like this. We dove all in when we went with the North Point, and the maneuverability of a fifth wheel was surprising to me, because I've driven trailers before that were tow behinds, and the angles and everything else, if you're backing up one of those kind and you miss the angle, you have to start all from the beginning. But with a fifth wheel, we're able to correct it really quickly. So I know they probably don't relate to that, but it makes it easy for me, even though we're in a 43 footer. The maneuverability has been amazing, surprisingly enough, with a 43 footer. So that's what I love about mine.
He's the captain of the ship, and he's definitely became really good at taking care of the safety aspect of traveling on the road really quickly. We learned really quickly. So
I love that we all have our own space. I have my own loft in the top. It's all like just to me, and then my parents have their room, obviously, and then she's in the mid bunk. And that's what I like. I like it's big enough for us to have our own space.
And also, if friends come over, you can pull out the couch,
and then we
we've
have the
got
couch, and we
a
have
party
everything.
happening. So lots of space for everyone. And
So everybody go get a North Point. It's the best.
So good.
We have been Jayco owners for a couple of years. We've been on the road for 18 months, but I guess we purchased it just a little before that.
Yeah, March 2022, I think, is when we actually officially purchased it, but we picked it up in June, hit the road July 1st, and we've been traveling ever since, and we've since done 21 states and 9 provinces across Canada and the US, so it's been a fantastic ride. And I often joke when people meet us, especially at the Jubilee, they say, how long have you been traveling? And I say, we're 18 months into what was going to be a 12-month journey, but we loved it so much that we just kept on going. And why box ourselves in? We have the freedom to roam wherever we want, so we're going to keep going and see where life takes us.
So my favorite camping spot, the RV resort we went to, Jolly Roger in Marathon Key. That was my favorite because there was a beautiful dock on it. I was out there fishing every morning and every night, and it was just an amazing place.
Right on. Mia, what's your favorite
Okay.
spot?
I'm not even just saying this. Definitely one of my favorites, if this counts, is the Jayco Jubilee. Because it was just so fun. I never really get so much entertainment. So it just had, like, every single night of the week, it just had something going on that everybody was going to participate in.
There we go.
And then also one of my favorites was, I love this spot in Canada. It's called Sauble Beach. It's
On Lake Huron.
on Lake Huron, but it's so nice, and
Miles and miles of white sandy beaches and lots of friends around, right?
yeah.
I think my favorite, I have 2. One was Jolly Roger in the Keys. I loved it, but I also just loved how much Matthew has taken to fishing. We never fished as a family before owning an RV, and
I love
this
Jolly Roger.
changed things. So now fishing is part of our family, and so we got to do that. But also, not so much the location, like the campground that we stayed at in New Mexico, but the Carlsbad Caverns. We've never heard of them until we were almost to New Mexico, and that was an experience. I've been somebody who's been fortunate. I've traveled to many, many countries in the world, and that was one of the most unique experiences that I probably would never have experienced, because I wouldn't have thought of going to New Mexico other than the fact that we were driving through on our way to another state, and it was a big surprise, and everybody has to check out Carlsbad. I think it's awesome.
I think just being where we want to be when we want to be there is so incredible. Like celebrating Mia's birthday in Nashville, Tennessee, and joking for a whole year leading up to it that she was going to make her Nashville debut on a stage, and she really went on stage and sang for her birthday. And then Matthew wanted to go sledding for his birthday, and we were in New Mexico, so here we are at White Sands National Park, like sledding down the slopes for his birthday. And so just being able to have the freedom to go where we want to go when we want to is
And obviously,
amazing.
when I lived in a house back in like early 2022 or something, somewhere around there, is when we got the trailer. I have never done all of these things before, but when we got our Jayco North Point, I did so much things I never would have imagined doing without it.